Okay. Kira, can you see my video player now?
Yes, I can see.
So I'm going to play it back while playing. Let's evaluate. First of one mock test. I first anytime same giving you good. One more chance is there.
I think uh,
Okay, here I ready.
yes, sir.
Well, my name is Lakmal Madhusankar. Can you tell me your full name?
Hello, I'm Madhi Vasinsala Kumari here. You can address me as Asinsala.
Okay, Asinsala, great. This is your very first question in part one. Do you usually help people around you?
Yes, of course, really. Because in my leisure time also I would like to help others, and also during in my workplace also daily I help others.
During my workplace, it's bit not matching. Maybe you can say during my work
Yeah.
time, or maybe while I'm doing my work. Can you feel that?
Yes, sir, I feel
Ah.
that.
Hmm? What have you done to help the elderly?
I think most of the elder person needs help for their uh, daily basis activities, and also need for encourage their work hours, and also in our others.
Hello. Okay, unfortunately, I couldn't hear your last part of your answer. But one more thing, I seen this one not only from you, maybe second one. Bhagya also did the same. You are not considering about paraphrasing the topic. If I am asking the question like, what do you doing for elderly? You should not use repeat the same word as much as possible. It's not compulsory, but whenever you can do that, try to use some synonyms. Instead of elderly, maybe you can say all people, or maybe all community, or maybe older, right? Try to use some similar word. If the question asking like all people, then you can use the term of elderly. Then examiner can feel that you have high level of vocabularies. That's one trick to apply for gaining higher marks. I'm not giving any comment about your answer as I cannot hear the last part. Let's see the next one. Hey, right? What happened?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, I couldn't hear you properly. Anyways, okay, let's go with the next question. Let's talk about maps. Do you often use maps?
Yes, of course. Uh, Whenever I'm with in now outside, I want map, because whenever we don't know the real pathway for some places to find out, then I usually like to find real places.
Mhm. Okay, good answer, really good idea, but you may use some less common vocabularies like navigating myself or maybe orienting myself. That's really good to use instead of finding out pathways. It's fine, but I'm asking you to give something better like suggestions. Then you can have some higher marks under applying less common vocabularies. But I really like about your answer. Okay. Do you use paper maps?
Uh, in some extent, but now our technology is improved, so I usually use the Google Map, not every time with paper maps.
Mm-hmm. That's a really good answer. As this is part one, not required to give any suggestions. So addings really good, and this is more than enough. How often do you use maps on your phone?
I think whenever I go to a new place, I have to find out a new place. Then I use the Google Map, and also I have to, if it is they want to confirm the place, that time also I use the Google Map.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's all in part one. Let's go with your future. Regarding part one here, I don't have much more issues. Sometimes you didn't use less common vocabularies as well as paraphrasing. Those things are affecting only getting higher marks. Those things are not affecting for losing any marks because those are value adding to your speech. You may not lose any marks from the average, even though if you're not applying paraphrasing or less common vocabularies, but it's better to apply those for gaining higher marks. Let's see your cue card. I think you already shared your keywords. Let me check your keywords once again. Last year, with family, directions, disappointed. Okay, let's see. That question. You have to understand how to do. Okay, let's start.
Okay. Uh, Usually in our day-to-day life, we have got some incorrect informations regarding such as personal data, telephone numbers, or pathways likewise.
Okay, this is good thing for others. This is one strategy for starting your cue card answer, giving some general introduction. So here I'm doing that here. She is giving something general. Usually in day-to-day life, we are getting some incorrect informations like she is giving some examples. Very good way to start your cue card answer. Good thing.
According to my previous experience, I would like to talk about a previous experience I got. That was I got a incorrect information regarding a road to go to my hospital.
Here, can't you feel that you are making yourself complicated with this sentence? You could
Yeah, sir.
same thing very
Yeah.
simply, right? You are saying same thing again and again, like you are using same word for making it more complicated. Don't do that because if you are trying to make it complicated for yourself, there may have some risks for doing grammar mistakes, sometimes
Yeah.
show some fluency issues. Moreover, you may distract with your ideas because you have to concentrate about very complicated sentences, long sentence which is not really required, and you cannot keep your natural speech if you are doing that. Try to keep it simple.
Yes.
Sometimes it's required to be simple as well. Okay.
Okay, sir. Last year, I got appointment to a neurology hospital. That time, we went there with my family. But unfortunately, uh, we didn't find that one because that is rural area. That is near to Nurali, but that was not in town area.
So here you are saying that is near to Norelia. Then again you are saying that was not town area. Which one is correct? Either you have to use present tense, either you have to use past,
Yeah.
right? Better to keep in past tense as this is one of your past experience.
So we ask some information regarding that from people that area, but that person was told us there were some 2 kilometers to we have to reach there. So we asked the address from that person, and we went. But
Also, can you feel that you are using some filler sounds more often like a sound? We go there likewise, and they have some unwanted pauses in between. They may affect you to reduce some marks on the fluency and coherence as
yeah,
I think that you are having some fluency issues with explaining ideas. Okay.
yeah. We went like 1 hour for each day, but we didn't find that place. Uh, that time we thought that that road was not the correct pathway. So we asked from another person. So that time that person told us that place was not a real pathway. So that time I was very disappointed that regarding such kind of unkind peoples there also. Then again we came back like 5 kilometers back to reach that place. I think that time was the very unforgettable and very sad memory in my life regarding incorrect information.
Okay. Uh, Good actually, really good answer. But I will give some suggestion. You explain a kind of long story, but there has maybe only two sentences about explaining this incorrect information. While you are going there, you ask some direction from someone and they given some incorrect information. Then you has to came back for around 5 kilometers. That was the particular idea about the topic. Describe an occasion when you got incorrect information. It's really fine. But if you say something lower, maybe something short about your entire experience, and if you give something more about this specific event of getting some incorrect information, you may explain somewhat more. Maybe you can say mm, why they, maybe you can give your idea about why they has given that kind of incorrect information. Maybe they also might didn't know about real part, or maybe they has told correct way, but you couldn't understand at the time they told you. Maybe you can give some idea. By doing that, my intention is you to describe more about this specific event of getting incorrect information from someone else. Can you feel that what I'm trying to say?
Yes, I can feel.
You may short your entire idea, you can expand your specific event of getting incorrect information. Okay,
Mhm.
great. Let's now with part three. What kind of professions are related to giving information to others?
I think most probably community workers such as government workers in government sector workers like development officers and other places. People are very reliable person to give information to other persons. I think they must give the correct information regarding them, and also they must be truthful and with most communicable skills with them.
Hmm? Okay. When this comes to part three, most of the time, it's not only about having fluent speech or maybe having good pronunciation. I believe if you have wide range of good ideas, that also ultimately affect into giving some higher marks from the examiner, because it's like impressing the examiner. If you are giving some advanced high level of general answers for part three, you can gain some higher marks. Instead of telling about government sector, certain areas, why do you need to explain about media? Media is the key point when it is coming to providing information, isn't it? Maybe news.
Yeah.
Am I correct?
Yes.
Then why do you need to explain about weather forecast? Am
Yeah.
I correct?
Yes.
You have to think widely when it is coming to part three, because at least if you mention, at least mention media, after you explain your idea, maybe you may say, apart from that, I believe media and weather forecasting, such kind of areas also providing information daily basis to the public. At least if you mention like that, that is also fine. It means you are covering wide range. Some idea only, your answer also fine. Okay. What is the difference between giving information by phones and email?
I think in our day-to-day life, technology is very improved. So I think if it is there, use the direct message, we can give through the telephone. But if it is there in foreign countries, we can give it through the emails. I think most people use both of them, but most people try to use the telephone.
Actually, I am not quite agree with your idea. What is the real difference between email and mobile calls or maybe messages generally? In this question, it's asking what is the difference. If the question is asking in part three, what is the difference? Definitely, you have to use the contrast method. Simply, if I'm giving some simple idea, you have to show the difference in between instead of similarities. So you can use it when it is coming to local communication, people may use mobile, and when it comes to foreign communication, people are using emails. I really don't believe that. At least if you say, if people require to give some information or maybe call instantly, people may use mobiles. While if the people require to give some formal information, then people are using emails. Emails are there for formal communication most of the time. All right. For informal communications and daily basis communications, also for instant communications, we are using mobile phones. And emails we are not using for most of the time voice calls or maybe uh, real-time calls. Email we are using for sending documents and having some letters. Likewise, business communications, you can mention such areas: business communications, job interviews, and educational communications. Likewise, for mobile calls, we are using in our personal life as well. Those are the differences. You have to show the differences. If the question asking, or not only differences, if they are asking what are the better side and bad side, or maybe pros and cons, or maybe similarities and differences, then you have to show the both side. But here it's clearly asking only differences, then you have to show the real differences in between. Am I correct here?
Yes, sir.
Are you agree or not?
I think. Yeah.
Okay, let's see next one. Mhm. Do people trust the information online?
Of course, they must trust them. If it is they are not trust, they can't communicate with others, and they can't believe that. So I think they can trust that.
Okay, this question actually really open question. Either you can approve, either you can deny. You are approving here, yes, it is like that. It's totally fine. Maybe it's not exactly correct. It's totally fine. In this kind of question, you can use either side, and but whichever side you are using, you have to prove that. In part three, it's better to pick one side for this kind of question. Give some reasons for why you are picking that side. Maybe you can give some example for validating your reason. They have some methods we are discussing in the class like PREP kind of methods are there. By applying those methods, you can give your point, pick your side, give some reasons, validate your reasons by giving example and giving one conclusion. That's the best way to give part three answers, but really good. Mhm. Okay, that's all. Thank you. You have completed. Here, how do you feel about the mock test? Are you satisfying or is there anything?
Mm. Actually, after like 1 month, I participated for a mock test.
Uh-huh.
Uh, I think I have to improve that one for my uh, target band score.
Mhm.
But I think I have to correct my all the parts. If it is they are correct, I think I can gain my band score.
Mm.
I think I have to improve my vocabulary.
Mm. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to validate your give some band score for your answers. Okay. When it is coming to fluency and
Okay.
coherence, um, I cannot give exactly higher marks because there were some fluency issues. I think you may agree with me. Some
Yeah.
hesitations, like putting some effort for giving ideas. So effort less answers is required for gaining up to band score 7. So I cannot give exactly band score 7. And when it is coming to coherence, you complicated your answers, ideas, sentences sometimes unnecessarily, as instead of giving some simple coherent answer. So that kind of issues so there. In that case, I may give band score mark 6 for fluency and coherence. When it is coming to your vocabulary, lexical resources, you didn't use paraphrasing, you didn't use sometimes you use, but you didn't use high level of vocabularies, but still you has good level of vocabularies for managing your ideas. You didn't struck just because of lack of vocabulary. You manage everything, but with very common vocabularies. Are you agree with me?
Yeah, sir. I have to
Then,
find out many things.
yes, as you manage whichever vocabularies works with you, I may give 6.5. I don't need to give the answer 6, but for 7, you have to use less common vocabularies as well as good level of paraphrasing. And when it is coming to grammatical range, some grammar mistakes was there, but not oftenly. I can give the answer 6.5, not the answer mark. Sorry. When it's coming to pronunciation quite good. You can improve your pronunciation by improving your fluency. Obviously, both are like two rails of the railway. It's going parallel. So your pronunciation might be really good when it is coming to having good fluency. And for in that case, I may give band scores 7 for pronunciation, but examiner may give 6.5. I will keep you in the higher side for pronunciation. Okay. Then we have here, let me check. We have 6, then again 6.5, then again we have 6.5, again we have 7, into 4. You have exactly 6.5, but this might be band score 6 if the examiner giving lower mark for your pronunciation part. I keep it
Yes.
higher side, okay?
Okay,
Now,
sir.
if you required band score, I didn't ask.
7, sir.
7. Okay. You can easily get that by improving your all the parts. As you said, around 1 month we didn't meet together in our pre-sessions as well, so you have to start over. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Let's move
Thank
it.
you very much, sir.
Okay, welcome. Bhagya,
Yes, sir.
I'm going to start your evaluation. Okay.
Sure. I'm Bhagya Sivandi Fernando. It's my full name. You can call me Bhagya.
Okay, Bhavya, great. This is your very first question. Do you often get up early in the morning?
Yes, I'm usually get up early in the morning, like 6 o'clock, uh, to go to my work. Usually I got up at 6 o'clock.
Hmm. Okay, Bhavya, this answer, I asked the question, do you work early in the morning? Do you wake up early in the morning? So you started your answer from the same sentence. Are you agree with me?
Yes, sir.
You use the same set of word for starting your answer. It means you are not paraphrasing the question. Paraphrasing required for using some similar words or maybe saying the topic, I mean question in different way for converting it as your answer. Instead of saying, yes, usually I'm get up early in the morning, you may say, yes, I really like to wake up in the noon or something like that. Or maybe doom, not noon, wake up in the doom. You may say like that. So it's simply saying the same thing. You have to use some another set of word instead of using the same word for gaining some higher marks under your lexical resources. Not only here, I seen in certain areas of all of the answers you are doing the same. We'll see. Apart from that, the answer was very good. You are giving some reason. Good enough for the question. What do you usually do when you get up early?
Usually when I'm got up at early in the
Here also, I think you can feel that now. You are doing the same
yeah,
answer.
morning, first I stretch my body, and after that I get my morning tea and uh, go to get some bath.
Mhm. Let's good answer because the question asking usually what do you usually do while you get up in the morning. So you are giving some examples, some things you are usually doing. So that's the answer should be for this question. Some examples are really required, and you are doing that. Good answer, even though having issue. Talk about new activities. Do you like to try new activities?
Yes, of course, I would like to try new activities.
Mhm. Uh, Here, this answer is quite not good enough. Can you feel that? I'm asking, do you like to do new activities? You are saying, yes, of course, I like to do new activities, but you are not saying, maybe you have to give some reason why you'd like to do that, or maybe you have to give some more details, or maybe some examples like what kind of activities you would like to do. You are just you are just approving that, yes, I do. That's all. So in part one in IELTS exam, we should not give this kind of short answers. We have to round it up. Rounding means we have to give some reasons or something for proving ourselves, proving what we are saying. Okay, Bhagya?
Okay, sir.
What activities would you like to try?
Well, activities like related hobbies, like I usually like doing some.
Can you feel that you are just struggle to gather your ideas? You are having really good pronunciation, but still you are struggling with your fluency. You are gathering ideas so hardly. Am I correct?
Yes, sir.
What is the case, Bhagya? Can I ask, is that issue with lack of fluency or lack of idea generation, lack of explaining ideas, lack of vocabulary? What is the main problem for this fluency issue?
I think so. Like gathering ideas, it is difficult for me. Like when asking question, that suddenly I can't gather ideas together, and
Mhm.
I think
Are you
that's the problem.
thinking in Sinhala and translating to English, or I just speak in English? I just need to
I
know.
I think in English, but I'm lack of like ideas.
You have to improve that part because that is nothing related with English. As you can understand the question very properly, you should have some common sense about the type of questions coming in IELTS exam. For doing that, actually, at least if you can refer Makage's book and its question thoroughly, then you can have some better idea because all of these questions are having some patterns. In part one, they have patterns. Three cards, they have patterns. Part three, they have patterns. So it's really easy to understand. I believe that you are not quite good with Makage spoken education. I think you are not usually regularly practicing for IELTS speaking test. Am I correct or not?
Yes, I'm not practicing.
I can feel that. So just start practicing with Makage book or some other resources, but as speaking questions, then you can understand these patterns and easily you can having some good ideas for all of the questions. Okay.
Okay, sir. Handicrafts and hand sewing things like that. I really like that works.
Mhm. Do you like to try new activities alone or with friends?
Some activities like sometimes I would like to do it alone, but sometimes it would be more fun when we engage with our friends, because more than doing it with ourselves. But sometimes when people engage with it, it would be make more fun when people are around with us.
Mhm. Uh, Two things to explain for this answer. Actually, you try to say same thing very hardly twice. Whenever we are engaging with some other peoples, it's quite fun than doing it ourselves. You try to explain it with some lengthy sentences twice. That is not really necessary. You can explain it in one shot. Second thing is about your intonation, Bhavya. Intonation means at the very last word you are explaining, you are just dragging it. It means I will show you the same thing from your next answer. You have to be certain about the end point of your answer. Otherwise, examiner may expecting some more from you. It's usually happening. Say suppose I am giving an answer for one question. Say suppose one question like same question. Would you like to do activity alone or with some other friends? So I am giving this simple answer here. Just try to understand. I am saying sometimes I would like to do works myself, but some other times I would like to engage with other peoples because it's really fun to do with other peoples. That is one way to say that. And again, I'm saying same thing like this. Sometimes I really like to do things myself rather than doing with other people, but sometimes it's really like to do things with other people just because of it's really fun. If I'm dragging that last word of fun like fun, then it feels like you are trying to say something more, but still you don't. Can you feel that what I'm trying to say?
Yes, sir.
It's called intonation. So having fallen intonation is really required in last part of your answer. Otherwise, people are expecting something more from you. It's called wrong intonation. Intonation coming under your pronunciation because you are having really good pronunciation. You are pronouncing word really nice rather than usually Sri Lankans. So if you are doing intonation errors, even though if you are having good pronunciation, you may lose marks under your pronunciation. It's really risky, right, Bhagya?
Yes, sir. So
Oh.
I would prefer with friends. It will be great.
Mhm. Okay, that's all in part one. Let's move with your cue card question. Okay, before starting, let me check your keywords. Describe an invention that is useful in daily life. Your keywords are mobile phone, search for things, childhood, elderhood, valuable. Okay, let's see. Okay, let's start by again.
Well, as nowadays, we all know that the useful thing like smartphone, it is very valuable for everyone living nowadays. So I would like to talk about like what is the importance of this. First of all, I would like to talk uh, what it can do. Actually, let's talk about a smartphone. It is very usable for like new like childhood to elderhood. It is very important thing nowadays because uh, it is popular among all of the age categories in living. So Actually, it is very helpful to day-to-day life uh, because it gathering all the things in it, like calendar. Whenever we want to,
Instead of gathering all the things in it, you may say it's containing everything in it, isn't it?
yes, to see like what is today date. There's a calendar. Uh, if we need to calculate numbers, there's a calculator. And if we want to know unknown thing, simply we can Google it. Likewise, smartphone is a really valuable thing, and actually it is not difficult to use. It is very easy. Like small children also can use smartphone, so it is very user friendly thing, and we can get more knowledge on it, and we can use smartphone as a encyclopedia as well. So it is gathered all the things in a hand.
Okay, good enough.
So
Regarding a cue card answer, this particular answer, I can be happy because you are not doing any grammar mistakes there. That's a thing. Only you are doing one issue, it's your fluency. I believe, Bhagya, if you practice continuously for these kind of questions, definitely you can improve your fluency. I believe whenever you are having some general conversation, if I'm asking some questions, or if we are having some discussion right now, you may be more fluent than this one. Only thing is you are not quite handy with IELTS type of questions, believe like that. So if you can be familiar with IELTS question, definitely your fluency might be better than this. Apart from that, I really like your ideas. I really like your current, like the gathering ideas here. It's really good. And sometimes you use some complicated way to explain simple things, just like in the very beginning, if your answer, but it's still fine. I can give higher marks for this. Okay, nothing else. Let's see after. Let's move with part 3. What qualities do inventors have?
qualities such as they are really knowledge. They gather really good knowledge to invent something. So they can provide good inventions to others. I think they are really brained ones.
He also was in brain once. It's like I'm expecting something same issue, right, Bhavya?
Yes.
Apart from that, for discussion, you may give some wide range of ideas. What kind of qualities really inventors should have? Yeah, one thing is they should have knowledge. Second thing is they should have really patience, right? Otherwise, they cannot invent new things. If they fail first time or second time, they sometimes, if they are giving up, then they cannot finally find out new things. But they should be really patient about the things they are doing, the experiments they are doing. That is second quality. Then again, they should have really good ideas, right? Innovative ideas, isn't it? Knowledge is not only thing for having inventions. It should have innovative ideas. I'm giving some suggestions, okay, Bhagya, for this question.
Yes.
Then apart from that, they should be really kind persons. Otherwise, instead of good things to the world, they may invent some bad things like weapons, right? Nuclear weapons. Then that also possible for inventors. Instead of inventing bad things, they should invent good things for the world and live beings or maybe humans. That also another quality. These kind of qualities you can mention, at least mention, not required to explain, just mention. Okay, Bhagya?
Yes.
Do all inventions bring benefits to our world?
Actually, not all. I think some of them are good and some of them are bad. I think most of the things in this world depend on our attitudes. If it is a good one, so we can use them as a good thing, and as same as the other side.
Good answer. Nothing to rectify. We are showing the both side in comparison. How has technology made our life easier?
Well, technology make our lives Like very easy. Let's say when I talk about earlier, the smartphone, it is make our lives so much more better than the previous, and some of the inventions and all, it makes our lives better.
Bhavya, for this question, you just mentioned smartphone or maybe mobile phone, same like in the previous answer. But for this question, you may mention something, not required to explain, but you may mention certain areas, not only mobile phone, how inventions are making ourselves easier in daily life. That's the ultimate idea of the question. So you mention almost all of the inventions are inventing just for making humans' life easier. As an example, we are using computers for doing half of our jobs. So people can resting while computers are doing our works for us. That's a really good invention. Apart from that, mobile phones we are using for instant communication. We don't need to use letters or uh, maybe few days for receiving some others communications or maybe sending some communications to others. We can instantly do communications even for foreign countries as well. Apart from that, when it's coming to um, home equipments, we are using so many inventions for making our daily basis activities really easy. And we are using vehicles, so we don't need to for long. We can use vehicles instantly, and we are airplanes and seaplanes, so we can travel to countries very easily. Likewise, you may mention certain areas for the question instead of mobile phone. Am I correct, Bhagya?
Yes, sir.
Good. Okay, that's all. Thank you. Okay, that's all. So, how do you feel, Bhagya?
Mm, as this is my first mock test, I feel like I need to improve my vocabulary,
Hmm,
and I need to practice more.
hmm, very good. So, should I give band score for this or should I skip that? What do you prefer, Bhagya?
Sorry, sir.
Should I give a band score for your answer or should I skip that? What do you prefer? Would you like to know?
Uh, can you provide my band score, sir?
Okay, we'll do together then. When it is coming to fluency and coherence, in your cue card answer, coherent was there. I don't need to reduce any marks for your cue card answer because idea gathering was there. But when it is coming to part three, just like in the very last answer which I explained, it wasn't coherent. Gathering your ideas, explaining ideas properly wasn't there. Instead of explaining the wide range of idea, you just stick with one particular example. And in part one also, that issue was there. And when it is coming to fluency, you showed some struggle for explaining ideas. It's just not about your pronunciation, it's about showing some struggle. There wasn't any hesitation like more filler sounds or maybe repetition, self-correction wasn't there, just only some extra effort. Okay, so you can easily read off that one. Instead of that, nothing else when it is coming to fluency and coherence. As you've done these two errors, I may give 6.5 for fluency. And vocabulary, I think you also may agree with me. You didn't use paraphrasing. You didn't apply any synonyms. You didn't apply any less common vocabularies. You explain everything with common vocabulary. So it means you don't have any high level of components for vocabularies. You just worse in the average. I may give band score or maybe mark 6 for vocabularies. This is one part for you to improve. When it's come to grammatical range, I can give them marks 7, even 7.5 also might be possible. But as you have some fluency errors, that also might feels like having some grammar errors. But certainly you didn't done any basic grammar mistake. It's still, when it's come to grammatical range, more when if you are expecting more than mark 7 for grammatical range, you should use some high level of complex sentences. Maybe you have to use compound sentences, complex sentences using subordinating conjunctions. I didn't found out anything like that. You just was with the average. You didn't done any mistake, but still you didn't apply any high level of grammatical components. In that case, I would like to keep it in 7. Maybe examiner may give 7.5, but for me it's like 7. For pronunciation, your pronunciation is really good. Your The way you are pronouncing such words, really nice. You don't need to worry about that, but you done that mistake, intonation error. In that case, I would like to keep it 6.5. This is not about your pronunciation, it's about your intonation. You can easily read off this one, Bhavya, okay? I don't think you will do the same error again. Then you can reach up to 7.5 also when it is coming to pronunciation. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Are you agree with me, this marking, or do you have any questions, any obstructions?
I agree with this mark, sir.
Okay. 6.5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 6.5 means 26 into 4, 6.5. You are getting 6.5. Okay, okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Let's go with Sitara. Sitara, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's start your evaluation. I think other people also may get some idea from the evaluation. By listening also, you can have some good ideas. Let's start.
Excellent, sir.
Okay, shall we start?
Okay, sir.
Let me find one question.
My name is Sitara Lapini. Please call me Sitara.
Okay, Sitara. This is a very first question. What was the dream job for you when you were young?
Uh, from my childhood, I had a dream to become. I didn't have a dream to become such kind of person, but when I'm with the age increases, when I become young, I set goals for the goodness.
Mhm. That answer was quite confusing. At the very beginning, you just make it complicated for us, but at the very end, you given your answer. I'm not giving any comments. Let's see next one. What do you plan to do in the future?
Uh, I already have I already have planned my future as to be a registered nurse in Oceania. So I do everything for make it real in the future.
Okay, good answer. Okay. What kinds of jobs are popular in your country?
Uh, as my country is a developing country, there are a variety of job holders. Among those, uh, the professionals are like doctors, teachers, accountants, and such educated parties are more common, and as well as businessmen and the self-employed employees also uh, has a considerable uh, contribution to
Let's go
the
with the question.
country's economy.
Okay, I just stop you there because Ekwen also might do the same in part one. You will not get uh, kind of higher time for explaining certain areas as examples. Definitely, Ekwen will stop you there. But in this particular answer, you shown the wide range of idea. You explain variety of areas of job professions. Very good, but still you have to consider about timing as well, Sitar. Okay. Let's talk
Okay.
about mobile phones, mobile apps. Which mobile apps do you use?
Recently, I I used most educational apps such as I can't say there are number of apps. Uh, Other than that, we use apps such as online sellings and other informative apps.
Okay. For this question, I believe, Sitara, you struggle a bit just because of lack of idea of the question. You didn't instantly found out what kind of apps you should explain. I believe that was the case for having some struggle, but still, if it is like apps you just mentioned about educational apps, you didn't mention social media apps. Definitely, you should have one Facebook account, I believe, maybe Instagram, right? Maybe obviously WhatsApp, so you can use communicative apps like WhatsApp and social medias. You can explain apart from that educational apps, apart from that navigation apps like Google Maps and kind of certain apps. maybe your bank account, online banking apps. Those might be the answers for this question. Which ones are popular in your country?
In my country, there are several apps most popular. The educational apps are most popular apps, as well as consider about business field, the sales and marketing apps, and the entertainment also so common in our country.
I don't have an issue with the explanation, but Sitara, commonly I believe educational apps might be the least popular apps in Sri Lanka. Personally, I believe social media might be the highest.
Yes, I forgot about the social media.
That is a leading one, not only in Sri Lanka. When it's coming to worldwide, that might be the leading one apart from other apps. They have one question like, what are the most popular and least popular apps in your Sri Lanka, in your country? Then for this question, you may explain educational apps like least popular apps. That question also there in this Makage's book. I didn't ask from you. Okay, that's all in part. In part one, I don't have an issue with your fluency. It should be improved, but not particularly having some issue you manage in a general level. And I didn't found out any basic grammar mistakes. And you explain variety of ideas for certain question that also finds. It means coherent also there with your part one answers. Good, really good. Let's see your cue card. Part one. Let's move part two. Before going forward, let me check your keywords. Word admission, Philippine lady, native language, once in the blue moon, very good. Relatives, active, passive listening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good level of keywording. By I can see these three set of keyword of all of you. Then and the good thing is when it is coming to good level of keywording, good level of idea gathering or maybe arranging, if your keywords listening or maybe reading by someone else, say suppose I am now reading your keywords, then I should have some general idea about the topic behind these keywords. I should be able to identify that by reading this keyword. If it is like that, it can be considering as good level of keyword. If someone cannot understanding the basic idea behind the keywords, it means the keyword might have some issues with arrangement. That is one easy way to understanding good level of keywording. So once you are doing your keywording, you can send your set of keyword to one of your friend. Then you can ask, can you identify what I have written down? What is the idea behind this keyword? That's one thing which you can do with your friends to improve your keywording ability. One tricks I am saying it too. Okay, shall we start?
Okay. Recently, I have a memory about a foreign lady who came to our ward to admit to deliver her baby with his husband.
His husband, it should be her husband, right? Sitara, are you there?
Yes.
This is one common mistake which most of the Sri Lankans are doing. Pronoun errors. Instead of he, they are saying she. I explain in my introduction as well, not only of yours. So, but you have to read of this one. And for this question, your answer is really nice. I mean, the topic you pick for the question is really good, really well. But if somebody is not having this experience, if you really don't know one foreigner personally, it doesn't matter. The question itself not asking describe a foreigner who speaks your native language very well that you know, or maybe that you have met. Not like that. It's general question. You can explain one person which you have seen in internet, or maybe some foreigners are doing YouTube channels in Sinhala language. You can explain certain persons that also really fine for the question.
His, with her husband. Her husband was Sri Lankan, and at a glance, I understood that she would not be a Sri Lankan lady. As I guessed, she was from Philippines. Uh, at the time, I had doubt about whether I should use Sinhala or English, or which language should I use. But However, I decided to talk with her in English. Fortunately, she could understand Sinhala also with the support of her husband. So uh, at the time,
Yeah, I think you can see you're just struggling a bit for explaining ideas. You are using filler sound also, some for long pauses also. That should not be happen with your real exam.
I do the procedure and I discuss with the patient in English about the her um, her
What happens in Arabia? You has really good level of keywording, but you are struggling while you're explaining. What was the case?
I, I couldn't connect the
Is it
previous talk and the
it
another part.
has some issue with the connectives?
Yes,
Hmm. You can use simply disclose markers like however, therefore. Such word might be helpful you to connecting each ideas together.
experience about the learning this our native language. Uh, as she mentioned, she has married for him about more than 5 years. During that period, she has had good active listening as well as passive listening with her relatives, and she has used her native language once in the blue moon because she don't have any relative from her native country to practice her language as well as
Use her language. She's obviously not practicing her native language, right?
yes,
But you are using one idiom very natural. I really like the way you explain it. Very good.
she has good understanding about the body language also. Uh, so I think learning a foreign language is not it's not rocket science because
Good enough.
nowadays we are
With part, right? Okay, good answer. In your cue card, you may have some remaining keywords, right? Ah, no, you have finished all of the keyword. Really good then. At the time I stopped you there, you have talked up to 2 minutes and 15 seconds. Idea gathering was quite nice, but only thing is you have some fluency issues with your explanation. Apart from that, everything was fine. Let's see part 3. Or maybe let me check your keywords. Word admission, sleeping lady, native language, once in the blue moon, relatives, active, passive listening. Okay, good. It's time consuming. It's 4 o'clock now, right now. Otherwise, I may give some model answer for the questions. Or maybe later on, I will give some model answer based on your keywords. But as we are consuming time, I'm going to part for you. Okay, Sitara?
okay. So it's fine.
What foreign languages do Sri Lankan children learn?
In Sri Lanka, other than Sinhala, our children has to learn English. It's the pivotal and most globally accepted language. So as well as in schools, Japanese, French, Russian, and other languages also too common.
Mhm. Why are so many people learning English?
Nowadays, it has become a trend because all people need to migrate to a Western country. So the requirement English is a requirement for therefore from the childhood parents are struggling to teach their children English and fluent in English, make them fluent in English.
Okay. What are the benefits of the internet for people's learning?
uh, internet has internet plays a crucial role in education and not only for our country or in the whole the world. They use a lot of apps and educational things in the internet.
Educational things, you may use online platforms, some good term for the application there.
because we can access them with most feasible and affordable way without high class fees or uh, such financial with children who has financial difficulties easily can access in the
Yeah, you are complicating yourself for explaining this particular idea, right, Sitara?
yes I
Mm.
need to talk about it is very feasible and
Mm.
accessible to every children.
Ah, yes, you have to say like that. Keep it simple. Sometimes keeping something simple is better than trying to make it complicated with high level of vocabularies. Within simple explanation, you can use high level structures. Okay.
Yes. Internet and they can they can gain knowledge in different fields. If they want to say about if they want to search a particular area, they can broadly uh, examine about that field uh, in a few minutes.
Okay.
So it's very beneficial.
Good enough. That's all. Thank you for your participation.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Sitara, how do you feel? Was
So actually,
hmm?
I didn't practice about 3 weeks.
Maybe that might be the so if I stop in practice for as speaking test, mostly you may lose your fluency. Instead of boosting your fluency, you are decreasing your fluency. It's really
Yes, sir.
so you
I
can
felt that.
yes, you cannot explore practice in speaking until you are facing to a speaking test at least. Okay. Let's
Yes,
wait
sir.
ideas. When it comes to fluency and coherent was there. I should accept that. Even in part three answers, you has really good ideas. In part one also, you explain everything with some good examples, but there is some issues with your fluency, right? I think you should agree with me. Then I will
Yes, sir.
mark 6 for fluency. When it's come to vocabulary, you has really good level of vocabularies. One idiom also you applied very naturally, and less common vocabularies also was there. If you are listening back, very good. I may you band score or maybe mark 7 even. You can get mark 7 for vocabulary. Shall I keep it 6.5 because for the better side? But exactly, exam may give 7 also. Okay, Sitara?
Okay, sir.
Hmm. Grammatical range, there is no any grammar mistakes, so I can keep it 7. Pronunciation, good pronunciation, but due to a fluency issue, sometimes it was quite hard for pronouncing some sentences. I may keep it as 6.5. All other problems based on your fluency issue. So, there if you can practice continuously, most of the issues you may easily read out from your explanations way speaking. Okay. 6.5, 7, 6.5, you are getting 6.5. All of three answers today got 6.5. Any comments, Sitara? Are you agree with
Um,
0.5?
yes, I totally agree. Yes, sir.
Okay. Then just try to join with pre-sessions at least, then you can improve your fluency, right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, then think others may have some ideas about mock test we are conducting. If you have any questions, you can ask for me quite without taking any more time before winding up. Our next batch will start tonight. So this kind of mock test as well as theory, some practice, some tools, everything will be there. So any of you, if you would like, you can join. I just conducted this mock test as one demonstration. We'll give some idea about mock test. If you have any questions, even though if you are not joined, if you have any questions about as a speaking test or this mock test or the way conducting mock test, the way you should do self studies, you can ask. Okay. Then I don't need to eat out your time. I promise you to stop this within 1 hour, but it goes 1 hour and again extra 50 minutes, 30 minutes actually. So I don't need to stay further. Then we'll meet tonight with will join. Otherwise, you can join with the free sessions tomorrow onwards. It will be there around 4 o'clock. Not mock test, but cue card topics also will be there. You can practice it there as well. Then thank you everyone for joining with the session. Stay till the end and have a good day. Okay.
Have a good day, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.